Hey, Barbara Boss here with Grow Create It. I'm hopping on to tell you why your products aren't selling on Etsy and how to solve that problem with Shopify and Etsy versus Shopify. Here's why. Number one, if your product isn't super unique, it's not going to be on the first few pages unless you've been on Etsy for a long time and made a lot of sales and are getting a lot of attention because there's a huge amount of competition. And when I say unique, I mean like Etsy keycap unique. Seriously, these are a thing. I ran into them the other day. I actually love this one and this one, but these are unique. They're going to get seen. So let's look at what it is you are selling on Etsy and see how much competition you have. Okay, this number right here tells you how much competition you have, right? What page are you on when you go searching for what it is that you're selling? And on that page, what are all of those other things around you? Well, they're not your products, right? Yeah, they're your competition. They're your competitors. And that's a downside of Etsy that you wouldn't have if you used my favorite selling platform, which is Shopify. And the reason I love Shopify is because you can have your very own website. Here's my website. Here's one of my products, okay? You go into my product, you go down, they have all of the photos of your products, the description. What's below that? Just my other products, okay? Whereas if I go into here and let's say I click into one of my listings in here, you slide down, it's everyone's reviews, that's fine, and you go down, well, how nice. They do have some of my other products there, but what is directly below that? All of my competitors right on my item listing. So what does this mean? That if you build a big Insta or TikTok or Facebook or whatever that you're posting on to bring people to your Etsy listings because Etsy isn't giving you much love and attention, they might have you on page 150 and you realize this and you start bringing in your own traffic. You're bringing in traffic also for your competitors because what do almost 100% of people do when they are looking at a product? Yeah, they shop around a little bit. So they might hit your listing directly from one of your posts, but when they get here, they might look around a little bit. If they're on a Shopify site and they look around a little bit, this whole thing is my website. I cater to handmade product sellers, and I have Pinterest templates or Insta. When they click into them, they are my products only. I have courses. When they click into them, my products only. You can scroll down, nobody else's products on there. I can also have a blog that talks about some of my different products, an about me page, a contact. I love Shopify, okay? And whereas if you go elsewhere, then you're going to have all of your competitors on your page. Even if you are in your very own product and you bring someone directly to your product listing, you're still competing against your competitors down at the bottom. Or look at this giant search bar they have up top. Do you think if they search something in there, it's going to be all of your results? No. Okay, so let's say they hit your listing and they put that search bar in. Once again, all of your competitors. And which of your competitors? Usually the biggest, more established ones, not you. So you might say, yeah, well, that's great because when other suppliers bring people in from their platforms and they search around, they're going to find me. So it's kind of a win-win, a yin-yang. No, that's not the case. Because if they hit one of their Pinterest, or excuse me, one of their listings, and they go in and search in the search bar or scroll down to the bottom to see some of the other people offering the same thing, you might not be there at all because you are not as well established. So you're bringing people in for the bigger guys, and the bigger guys are bringing people in for other bigger guys, not for you. And that's one of the downsides of Etsy. Another thing that I love Shopify more than Etsy for is because on Shopify, like I said before, your competitors aren't all around you when you're selling a product. Whereas on Etsy they are, which actually encourages people to lower their prices lower and lower. So this is not great when you're selling a product because you don't want to feel like, oh, the guy right next to me on the listing is only $9, so I need to lower mine down to $8.50. Number one, incorrect. Don't do that. Never try and be the low price leader. Always be the creme de la creme of the products and price it that way. And then make sure that what you deliver is worth that value. But always offer more value at a decent price. Never try and be the low price leader. But it does encourage prices to go lower and lower and lower. And that's a problem when you're trying to make a living selling your handmade products online. So the reason I'm pushing Shopify big here is because from personal experience, we make more sales on our Shopify stores or on our WordPress stores that have cart features than we ever have from Etsy. And it is for these reasons that our competitors are just all around us when you're on Etsy, and you draw people in and might lose them to buying your competitor's product after you've gone to all the work to get someone to click over to your product. So some other reasons that I would suggest Shopify over Etsy to solve this problem of not making any money on Etsy is Shopify will give you higher average sales because you can offer upsells. With Etsy, you can't offer an upsell, and that means when they go to the cart to check out. So let's say that I have put an item in the cart and I go to check out. When you go to check out, or excuse me, when one of your customers goes to check out, there's actually an app that you can add to Shopify really easy that allows some pop-ups here that say, hey, I noticed you're buying the Pinterest templates with the minimal simplicity vibe to them. We also have Instagram ones. Would you like to add that as well? Because once somebody has made the commitment, I am going to go ahead and buy this product, and they've made that decision, they say it's like 50% easier to get them to add a couple more products to that might be useful to them. So if you suggest some with some upsell pop-ups, then you get a higher average sell, which helps pay for things like advertising and a beach home. Who are we kidding, right? So you always want your average sales to go higher, not lower. They also rock at reselling to previous customers because you can set them up on an email list. And you are allowed to email people when you get a new product. You can blast out a broadcast to all of them saying, hey, guess what? I know you bought this product from me in the past, and I have a new product like that. Be sure to go over and check it out on my store, and then give them a link to that. And they'll receive that email in their inbox and go check it out. Whereas with Etsy, they discourage you from contacting people outside of the Etsy platform. And so that's a huge benefit with Shopify. Love it. And so way better remarketing on that. You, like I mentioned before, you can add blog pages where you talk about some of your products, how cool they are. You can add videos way longer than 15 seconds to show why your products are better than everybody else's. And then on those blog pages, you can have a link to that direct product. So it kind of ends up being more of a website than just a selling platform. And you can offer way better content around your products as well. And so biggest reason that people haven't gone Shopify who are on Etsy is because Etsy is pretty much free other than paying a little bit for your listings. You're not paying for a website, whereas Shopify, after the free trial, I think it's like $29 a month. This is not a good mentality to have. If you want to grow and scale, and you really do want to eventually quit your day job, work for yourself, own a small business, rock it, you have to be willing to invest $29 a month into your company. And if you're not willing to do that, then Shopify is the wrong place for you. So if you want to expedite the process of going from 0 to 100K a year, then you need a real website, and you need to be willing to invest $29 in it. And then another thing I'll say is take the trainings, take the courses from people who have done it. Check out my Create Prosperity online. I go into talking about how to make some serious money online, and you can do that even selling handmade products without working your finger to the bone by adding some upsells and by adding some other kinds of products and some products that are digitally delivered so that you don't have to create and ship something every time you make a sell. And so I talk about that on Creating Prosperity Online. But invest in yourself and invest in your business, especially by starting a Shopify store. And I can show you how to do that if you need some walkthrough on that. I have some videos. All right. See you guys later.